Sololeveling is a show that when I first watched it, I passed it off for another self-insert power fantasy. But after the most recent season, my views on the show have changed drastically. And by extension, jinwoo. It is because of this quote from the most recent episode. If I were weaker than you, would you have a conversation with me? This is from a conversation between Jinwoo and Isol. And the more I think of it, the more I feel sorry for him. Because it shows how Jinwoo's environment has shaped his sad worldview. And by extension, the sad worldview of Sololeveling as a whole. And that is no matter what, the world treats certain people differently. Jinwoo has the admiration and respect of so many people. Women want to date him, guys want to be him, and his enemies fear him. Before this, as an E-rank hunter, the world treated him horribly. If you take a closer look at the faces of the people who speak with Jinwoo in the earlier seasons, typically speaking, they look at him with faces of disgust, or irritation, or pity. Whether a stranger, a friend, the result was typically the same. They look down on him. Even if they don't want to admit it themselves, they do, because he is weak. Once Jinwoo is strong, however, he is suddenly faced with a completely different reality. People are suddenly treating him like a person. Not only that, but like I said earlier, he is looked at in awe by others, women and men alike. And while it's nice at first to be treated like this, I think he is slowly realizing as time goes on, as he gets stronger, that all of the people who adore him love him because he is strong, because he is the player. They just don't know it. This is why I believe Jinwoo acts the way he does. Throughout the show, I found his behavior towards others very odd. He treats others with almost indifference, like the writers of the show forgot to give him a personality. But now I believe this was done on purpose. He purposefully acts distant because he knows it doesn't matter how he expresses himself. People around him will treat him great because he is strong, and nothing can change that in terms of his personality. And so he isolates himself. Even after he reveals to the world he is as strong as an S-rank hunter, he still chooses to isolate himself, which brings a whole new meaning to the title of the show. The self-imposed isolation, grinding level after level, is something that he does. He does not want to give in to the fake acceptance that the world has for him. He remembers when they used to spit on him. They used to look at him like a kicked dog. They pitied him. And that's not something that he can forget easily. It is sad because the show makes a character who actively knows that he is adored because he is strong. And so he purposefully isolates himself because he does not want their love. It is all fake. They are obsessed with the idea of him, but not him. Sololeveling isn't just about a guy fighting monsters in an MMORPG-like setting. It's also about a young man realizing that he had to literally die and be reborn as something near as a god just to be treated fairly. When he tells Isol this is just how things are, it reflects his understanding of a world that only values power, especially given the sad undertones of his voice. Even the episode itself reflects this. The title is named "Looking Up Was Tiring Me Out." This underscores the theme, highlighting his exhaustion, not only with the people around him, but with society that only respects his strength. To make it clear, I like to say this is not a critique of Sololeveling. I really do like the show. However, the sad undertones and development of Jinwoo's character, I believe, deserves more recognition. The show is more than just a power fantasy. Jinwoo's journey isn't just about getting stronger, it's about realizing that the world has a bias towards those who are lucky enough to be born powerful, attractive, or wealthy. Remember, for most hunters, you are stuck with your power. You just are the way you are. And I believe this is on purpose. And the title of the episode encapsulates his delusionment. And this is why I believe solo leveling, as exciting as it is a little sad. That's all.